I remember sitting in my car after another failed house viewing thinking, how are normal people even buying homes in Canada right now? We had savings, but nowhere near enough for a huge down payment. Every month, prices kept climbing faster than we could save. Then someone mentioned using an RRSP to buy a first home. At first, it sounded like a cheat code, but the deeper we looked into Canada's Home Buyers Plan, the more we realized there was a side to it people don't really talk about until after they get the keys. The Home Buyers Plan, also called the HBP, allows eligible Canadians to withdraw up to $60,000 from their RRSP to buy or build a qualifying home. Couples can potentially access up to $120,000 combined. For many people, that sounds life-changing, and in some cases, it absolutely is. Imagine finally having enough for a down payment. Suddenly, you qualify for a better mortgage. Your monthly payment drops. Maybe you avoid mortgage insurance entirely. That's the dream. But here's what the brochures don't really emphasize. You are borrowing from your future retirement savings, not from the bank, from yourself. And eventually, you have to put that money back. When we first looked into it, the idea felt smart. We had money sitting in an RRSP already. We figured, why not use it instead of letting it sit there while home prices keep rising? But once we started digging deeper, we realized there were trade-offs. For one, the money has to be repaid over 15 years. Repayments usually begin the second year after withdrawal. So if you withdraw the full $60,000, that's roughly $4,000 per year you're expected to put back into your RRSP. And here's the part many people miss. If you don't repay the required amount in a given year, CRA treats the missed payment as taxable income. That means you could end up paying tax on money you already spent years ago. Now imagine this happening while dealing with rising mortgage payments, daycare costs, repairs, or job uncertainty. Because the reality is, buying the house is only the beginning. Nobody warns first-time buyers how quickly expenses pile up after closing. Suddenly, it's property taxes, insurance, furniture, utilities, a leaking dishwasher, a furnace issue in February. And somehow, during all that, you're still expected to repay your RRSP every single year. That's why the RRSP Home Buyers Plan works best for some people and not for others. If your income is stable, your RRSP contributions gave you strong tax refunds, and you have room in your budget for future repayments, the HBP can be a powerful tool, especially if it helps you buy sooner in an expensive market. But if draining your RRSP leaves you financially stretched, the pressure can hit later. One financial mistake people make is focusing only on the down payment instead of the total cost of ownership. Because getting approved for a mortgage does not mean the house feels affordable 6 months later. Another thing many Canadians don't realize is that RRSP money withdrawn under the HBP stops growing while it's outside the account. That matters. If that money would have stayed invested for another 15 or 20 years, the long-term growth could have been significant. So the real question becomes, is owning the home sooner worth delaying some retirement growth? For some people, yes. For others, no. And honestly, that answer depends on your income, age, housing market, and stress tolerance more than anything else. Today, a lot of first-time buyers are combining the RRSP Home Buyers Plan with the FHSA, the First Home Savings Account. And many financial experts prefer prioritizing the FHSA first because qualifying withdrawals never need to be repaid. That's a huge difference. Looking back, I understand why so many first-time buyers use their RRSP. When owning a home feels impossible, the Home Buyers Plan can feel like your only real shot. But after buying, reality kicks in fast. The mortgage, bills, repairs, and RRSP repayments all start competing for the same paycheck. And honestly, that's the part nobody really prepares you for.